Thank you very much for joining me. I know that there is a lot that is going on, but for one moment, let's forget about Donald Trump, Jimmy Kimmel, the UN, Charlie Kirk, Gaza, government shutdown, the other crises that we face, and the news of the day. Let's spend a few minutes discussing what the corporately controlled media and the corporately controlled political system don't talk about very much, and frankly, do not want us to talk about. And that's the truth about what's going on in our country today. What we are witnessing right now, right before our eyes, is the rise of two very separate and distinct Americas. One for the billionaire class and one for everybody else. In one America, the richest people are becoming obscenely richer and have never, ever had it so good. That America is overflowing with unimaginable wealth, greed, and opulence that makes the Gilded Age seem very modest. And then there is a second America, an America where a majority of our people live, and they are trying to survive, paycheck to paycheck, and they are struggling to secure the very basic necessities of life, nothing fancy. We're talking about food, healthcare, housing, education, and other basic needs. The simple truth is that never before in our history have so few had so much wealth and power, while at the same time, so many Americans live in economic desperation. Some examples. In the first America, one man, Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, worth over $480 billion, owns more wealth than the bottom 52% of American households. Yeah, you heard that right. One man owns more wealth than the bottom 52% of American households. After spending $290 million to put Trump back into the White House, Musk has become over $180 billion richer since Election Day. That's a pretty good return on his investment. But that's apparently not good enough for Mr. Musk. In order to keep him motivated as CEO, Tesla's board proposed giving him a $1 trillion pay package if he meets certain goals. $1 trillion. That's Musk. Jeff Bezos, the fourth wealthiest man in the world, has a fortune of $240 billion. He recently sailed to Venice on his $500 million yacht for his $55 million wedding, where he gave his wife a $5 million ring. Mark Zuckerberg, the third wealthiest man in the world, is worth $262 billion. He has spent $110 million to buy 11 homes in Palo Alto, California, to create his own private compound, and another $270 million for a 1,500-acre estate on an island in Hawaii with a 5,000-foot underground bunker and 3 yachts worth over $530 million. Larry Ellison, the second wealthiest man in the world, worth $370 billion, recently became $100 billion richer in a single day. He owns a private island in Hawaii and a fleet of jets. He recently acquired Paramount, which owns CBS, and is now working to purchase CNN and TikTok. Together, these four men alone are worth more than $1.3 trillion. But it is not just them. The top 1% now owns more wealth than the bottom 93%. The 1% live in a world completely removed from the world of ordinary Americans. They haven't a clue as to what ordinary Americans experience. They don't ride overcrowded subways to get to work or sit in traffic jams to get home. They get around on private jets and helicopters. Not much of a housing crisis for them. They live in mansions all over the world, send their kids to the most elite private schools, and vacation on their own islands. And for fun, some of them spend millions flying off into space on their own rocket ships. That's one America. But here is the other America, where the vast majority of our people live. For them, the economy is not just broken, it is in many respects collapsing. In this America, despite a massive increase in worker productivity, real weekly wages for the average American worker are lower today than they were more than 52 years ago. In this America, people are unable to afford a doctor's visit if they're lucky enough to find a doctor. They are paying over half of their limited incomes on rent or a mortgage and are unable to afford the outrageously high cost of childcare or the ability to send their kids to college. In this America, the price of vegetables, fruit, and other healthy foods is beyond the budget for many. For most Americans, the system is not just broken. It is collapsing, and it is increasingly resembling life in the third world. Everyone needs health care. It's not a radical idea. Yet today, over 85 million Americans are uninsured or underinsured, a number that will rise by at least 15 million because of Trump's so-called big, beautiful bill and massive cuts to Medicaid and the ACA. Everyone needs housing. Yet today, nearly 800,000 Americans are homeless, and over 20 million households pay more than 50% of their limited incomes on rent or a mortgage. Now, how do you have any money left over for anything if you're spending 50% of your income for housing? Since the year 2000, average rents have more than doubled, and the median price of a home today has soared to more than $435,000. Everyone needs a decent education. You cannot survive in this world today without a good education. Yet today, our child care system is broken and widely expensive. Many of our public schools are dilapidated with teachers underpaid and underappreciated. And American students are falling behind in math, science, and reading compared to their international peers. College education is unaffordable for millions, and vocational schools are failing to train the workers we desperately need. Everyone wants a secure retirement. Yet nearly half of older workers have no retirement savings and no idea as to how they will ever retire with any shred of dignity or respect. Meanwhile, 22% of seniors are trying to survive on an income of less than $15,000 a year. Enough is enough. It's absolutely imperative that we understand the reality of what is going on today and the need to bring about the fundamental changes that are required to create a government and an economy that work for all and not just the few. America is not supposed to be a nation run by a handful of unbelievably wealthy oligarchs, while at the same time a majority of our people struggle to afford the very basic necessities of life. That's not what America is supposed to be about. So let us stand together, let us go forward, and let us create the kind of nation that you and I know that we can become. Thank you very much.